Hello, elephant lovers! Hope you may remember the tragic story of a poor young elephant whose jaw had been shattered with a horrific jaw-exploding trap. You can watch part 1 of this video through the link pinned as the first comment of this video. Her injured jaw was severely infected, and there was a high risk for this elephant to die with the infection. The wildlife officers worked hard to clean her wounds in the shattered mouth, apply medicine, and inject antibiotics to heal the infection. You may remember the previous video about the severe condition in her infected jaw. Her jaw has been swollen and pus was oozing out of the mouth. Wildlife officers were able to heal the severe infection in her shattered jaw, but it's impossible to replace her shattered jaw and lost teeth. Although they were able to heal the infection, her ability to intake food has been impaired. She lost most of her teeth in her mouth, so how can she intake food as she did before? This poor elephant has fainted from starvation. One villager spotted this elephant and informed the wildlife officers, and villagers and officers were deeply moved by the sight of this elephant. They gathered around the elephant with great sympathy. One young man in the village began to cast a spell on water according to the traditional myth among the villagers. These myths are not accepted in the developed world, but wildlife officers allow them to do so, since there's no harm in doing it to the elephant. After several minutes of chanting, he sprinkled that water over the elephant's body. He is stroking the elephant while applying the chanted water. Here you can see the young man who cast the spell on the water, mourning over the elephant. He talks with the elephant and pleads the elephant to stand up. But after about an hour, maybe because of the cooling power of the water, the elephant is showing signs of regaining consciousness. And finally, the elephant was back on her feet. The villagers were very happy. The scene of this elephant was a great shock to the villagers. They brought lots of fruits to feed the elephants. Actually, they are very poor people. People who inhabit such a dry zone near the elephant's habitats are suffering from poverty. They stay there as they have no financial status to move to another area. If they had the money to do so, they might migrate to a town. Poor guy tries to eat bananas, but she can't eat them properly due to the defect in her mouth. They began to shower the elephant with buckets of water. This elephant suffered an unfortunate fate because of the horrific jaw-exploding trap. These devices are a combination of gunpowder and fragments of metal or rock packed tightly together. When bitten into or crushed inside an animal's mouth, they explode, shattering the jaw and destroying the tongue and other soft tissue. The resulting infection can spread down through the esophagus, often leading to extremely painful deaths. This barbaric trap is usually set by the illegal hunters for bushmeat hunting, especially targeting the wild boars and not the elephants. But unfortunately, elephants also get caught up with these traps and are maimed forever.
Ve venga. Ve. මේ පැත්තෙන් ගහන්න ටික. ඕනේ.
The elephant has now become more friendly and familiar with the villagers, as if she now knows that she can't survive alone in the forest, and she definitely needs the caring of people to continue her life. They brought watermelons too. Normally elephants have the ability to pick the watermelon with their trunk and chew them with their teeth, but this poor elephant can't do this. As they realized this, sympathetic villagers scraped the flesh of the watermelon and handed it over to the elephant. They peeled off the bananas and gave it to her. Poor elephant ate the scraped watermelon and bananas hungrily. Here you can see a wildlife officer patting and stroking the elephant with love. The wildlife officers and villagers discussed and agreed to feed the elephant daily according to a schedule. They do this willingly with great care. Now the elephant stays in the village border, from the north, without going deeper into the forest. She has recognized the love and care of these good-hearted people. Now she allows people to get closer to her and cuddle her. After receiving all the care from villagers and wildlife officers, the elephant returned to the forest border. She'll definitely come back to the village the next day to meet her kind friends.